Hello and welcome. My name is Aaron, and thanks for swinging by the Auto Trading channel. Here at Auto Trading, our main focus is to dive deep into the code of automated trading strategies. And today we have episode 2 of looking into the Option Alpha application. And so we will be doing an overview today and showing you all the different functions and features. So without further ado, let's dive into it. All right, we are logged in to the Option Alpha app, and that is app.optionalpha.com. As you can see, we are still in our trial. From the last video that we had talking about what is the app, we ended it talking about the bots, the backtester, community, and watch list. And as you can see when you log in, that's what you're presented with. And you have it up here. You also have it right here. You have some typical icons over here where you can get in your settings, your profile. You have the notifications. From here, any private messages that you've received, and then help and resources. This help and resources tab is really cool because from here you can learn exactly what bots are. You can see tutorials on how to do just about anything. They have workshops, which let's see, Kirk, he goes through and really goes into detail on how to customize your bots and your templates and the backtester and just everything. Here you have templates. If you click on that, you can come in and see what other people have created. So you don't have to create everything from scratch. If you want to iron condor, you could start here and then tweak it however you want to. And so anything within these you can change. And so these are just good templates. They're good frames for you to build your bots off of. A lot of them, like the Genesis 1, 2, and 3, which they suggest you go through from the beginning, those you can actually really just like turn on, so you can see how it's all working. Brokers, it shows you the brokers that they have integrations with. At the moment, it's just TD Ameritrade, TradeStation, and Tradier, but if you have these other brokerages, you can send a request and try to get them to, I guess, integrate their authenticator and API and all that for Option Alpha. As well, the podcast, I think it's just Kirk that does this one, but it's pretty cool because you can learn and stay up to date on the different ideas and thoughts that were put into making this app and things that you might want to consider whenever you're creating your own bots. Blog, I have not been here before, but it kind of looks like maybe another resource to get you kind of into the education side of it. And then your help page. So where are we at here? Okay, now let's dive in to the bots. All right, and this is actually where whenever I log in, it normally automatically sends me to this page. I don't remember if that's because I started some already or whatnot, but a lot going on the screen, and so I'll just kind of tell you guys what you got going on. Over here on the left-hand side, you can switch through the different tabs within the bots section, is what those would be. And so you have tabs across the top of the 4 main functions, and then secondary tabs right here. So let's start with my bots. This one, it gives you an overview. As you can see, all these are different bots right here. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about 10 bots right now. Many of these are turned off. But if we click in on one of them, and I'm going to do the Genesis 2.0, just because that's the one that I configured the most and it has the most trades. As you can see, as we click in on it, we can see how it's performing, how much money is allocated to it, the equity graph, and that's actually pretty cool because you can see that this shows that we're up 1.35% in about 3 weeks, and so that's not bad at all. We come over here to positions, and it shows anything that we currently have active, and I think the most recent closed is what that one is. Automations, this tertiary tab, this is the, what would that be, like the meat and the potatoes of each bot. And so you'll set up a scanner or scanners and a monitor, or a series of monitors, and with these two combined, that's what's going to tell your bot like what it's looking for, and then once it notices your entry, then it will buy or sell, and then whenever you are in a position, that's where the monitor takes effect. And so it will monitor your position and then either buy or sell based on what you want to do. And so if we click in right here on scanner, it takes us to the yes, no decision tree. And so this is where the code would be if we were coding this. But Option Alpha, they have created a way to where it's just yes and no statements, and so you don't have to know how to code. All right, so we are going to go through one of these and kind of just describe what all these mean. So this is a loop between these three instruments that we've described right here. We have, and we can put as many as we want. Right now we have SPY, TLT, and GLD. And what it does, it looks at those three symbols, and then it asks the question, bot has exactly 0 positions with the symbol. And so is that yes or no? So basically it's saying, hey, is there an open position? And, or in this case, is there no position? And if there's no position, then it comes to yes. If it does have a position and that's 1 or higher, it'll go to no, and this will just end. So it says yes, we have a position. Okay, so bot isn't currently opening a position with a symbol, and so it doesn't overlap. So okay, no, the bot hasn't started already, and so we're good. And so then it comes over to yes, and it says, okay, well now is the symbol price above the 200-day simple moving average? And if it's no, then it'll come here and it'll just cancel. We won't do anything. But if it's like, yeah, it is above the 200-day. And then our next question is this put spread liquid and a high probability trade? And you can see the, not the code, but the statements describing what does it mean to be high probability and what does it mean to be liquid, just written out in plain English instead of having to code it out. And so then if it's like, oh yeah, it is, there's a lot of liquidity there and it's high probability, then we will open the symbol a short put spread. And so that's goes through all these yes no statements to decide if we're going to place a trade. And as you build this out, what you can do, you can click on run test up here, and it will tell you right now where it would have gone. And so that's pretty cool. It loops through these, and for spiders, we got a yes here, and then we got a no. For TLT, we got a yes, and then a no. And then for gold, we got a no because we have an open position. Now, kind of the same thing with the monitors. It does the exact same thing. it monitors the position that you're in. So repeat for each short put spread position. So did the position reach my absolute profit target? If it did, then close that position. If no, was the smart stop triggered, right? That's a proprietary feature where instead of just buying in at the bid or buying in at the ask, it will try to get you a better price than just the bid or ask. And so was that triggering? Yes. So then, close the position. If no, then the position, it comes down to this next question. That's position expires in less than one market day. You might not want to be in your options play on the last day, on the day it expires. And so if it expires in less than one market day, and yes, position underlying price is below our short put strike, then close it, right? And so that's really cool, because whenever you are in that short put spread position from your scanner, this is how it gets monitored, and this is how it takes you out of the trade. In this last area right here, events, it is similar, where it is, the bot is looking and identifying something, but it's not identifying an entry point, and it's not monitoring your position, but something else that you do want to keep track of. And we have some of those in the Genesis 3. Like here's an event where it checks for the morning volatility every morning, and then that's plugged in up here. If the trade is going against you, you can create a hedging activity to where, as a trade goes against you, instead of just losing all your money, it can then roll you out of a position into a new position, and so you can create a tag of actively hedging, and then your monitor of your position works differently if you're hedging than if you're not hedging. That's pretty cool. And then the way they have this pre-weekend profit checker, it's some people don't like to stay in their option plays over the weekend, and so so Friday at 3:45 Eastern time, it will check to see, hey, have I hit enough of a profit to where I can just take my profits, close the trade out, and then not have to hold that trade over the weekend. And so that's how I understand the events. Let's go back to Genesis 2. Let's come over here to the log. This describes everything, all the scanners and monitors and events that have happened, and you can click in on it and see what it went through and where it's had its yeses and its nos and what it chose to do, when it chose to do. If we come over here to settings, well, here's on or off, a quick way to turn the bot on or off. Over here on the settings, you can go into your scanner and you can have all your information within there. But let's say you want to have, a put spread that happens on Microsoft, and you also want to have one that happens on Tesla, but that they operate a little bit differently, or you want more of an allocation on Tesla instead of Microsoft, or whatever. You can create, or you can keep the same basic parameters of your bot, but you can identify some quick things that you can change. So that way you don't have to go into the scanner tree for every other instrument that you choose to trade on. And so you can come in here and you can change your paper trading account to your IRA account or your standard equities account. You can allot 2,000 to Tesla and 10,000 to Microsoft. You can go in here and even list the symbols out if you want to. You can put the things that you quickly want to be able to modify in your code going from instrument to instrument right here in the settings. And then let's see. Oh, okay. You can clone the bot. You can save it as a template to use later. You can delete your bot. And that's an overview of a bot and the My Bot section. Under open positions, we can see that currently we have one open position. It's on gold right now. If we click in on it, have all the information of this trade happening. And down here, I believe this explains how this bot tried to get us a better entry depending on the bid-ask spread. And so you can see all the times that it tried to get into a trade, and then we finally did. Trade history. You can see the trade history of all your accounts. Right here in the trading accounts is where I believe this is where you do the full integration with your broker. So my library, I haven't created any custom templates, but if you click on templates, this is another way to get, just from the overview earlier that I was showing, this is another way to actually go in and clone. You can, if you click in on it, shows you the person that created it, and it shows their description of it, and I believe, yeah, and then you have people commenting on it, and so you can really dive deep and understand what this iron paycheck is right here. But if you click on clone, this will now clone the entire bot, except for the instrument that you have it on. And you can clone this and you can make it yours. Oh, but then it will bring that into your My Bots section, and then you can go in and you can tweak it, and you can change the scanner, you can change the events, you can change everything on it. And so this is a wonderful resource. It's the community side of this, where you don't have to figure anything out on your own. You can take what someone else already created and make it your own, and you also have all the education from Kirk on all the videos and everything still. And for automations, this is where you will have your different folders of your saved automations listed. And the way to save an automation, you can come in here and you can just create one from scratch. But if you, let me go to a bot again, under automations, your scanners, your monitors, events. Right here, if you create a really solid yes no tree, you can come in here and you can save it. And then you can do folders. So if you have the automations that are running, if you have like test automations, if you have your own automations and someone else has their own automations, you can archive them in here and keep them all separated nice and neat. All right, moving on to the second piece of the Option Alpha app, which is a backtester. This is amazing. And at least from what I can see, I'm still in the trial, and it won't let you access being able to run your own back tests in the trial or see all the deets on these, but you can get a really, really good grasp of the power of this page. And so these are their main categories. So compound annual growth rate. And so you have this spot right here that is doing 327.8% compound annual growth rate. Over here, you have this insane return on capital. If you are more of not maybe, I would think not in a growth phase, but a maintenance phase, maybe like if you were retired and you just wanted to make sure you didn't have any big losses, I think that's where the smallest max drawdown would be. But you can see that it's less than 0.1%, which is amazing. The most winning trades bought, the highest win rate bought, the biggest winning trade, and it is just amazing that the community-driven side of this gives you access to all these wonderful ideas that are performing well. Click on top back tests. Instead of having the grouping, you can have it as a list with all the details, so you can actually see more. You know, if you wanted the highest return on capital group, but then out of that group, you know, what had the highest win rate, you know, you can filter just like you're in an Excel spreadsheet. And then tried to run another one just a second ago, and it didn't let me see it. Every time it asks me to pay. Actually, that was a good segue to show you guys what the price is. So if you get picked from the lottery and you get to have a trial, at least right now, filming this, it's March of 2022. It's half price if you pay for the full year in advance. Otherwise, you can pay these. And so the back tester is not included in the starter, but in the pro and the elite it is. And Kirk said that whatever you lock in at, they will let you keep as long as you maintain an active account. And so if this $1,200 per year is good for you, then you can lock it in and just keep it forever. All right, moving on to the community tab. You have the ability to direct message people. Also, like a forum, you have these different topics. Just like a forum, you have open discussion. You have people discussing templates, people discussing strategies, help topics, and then they have it listed over here on the left as well. And finally, we have our watch list. All right, and lastly, we have watch lists. I believe this is another piece of the pie that is slightly restricted for the trial accounts. But they have some really good ones curated for us. And so you have implied volatility rating. If you click on that, you can see that you have some options right here, but it gives you the highest IV rank. And you also have, if you like earnings plays, you have earnings right here. You have the 52-week range, momentum, but also if you come into, let me see. Yeah, right here on ticker list. This will give you, I believe, all the tickers that they follow. You can come in here, and on any of these you can click in, and you can see a basic chart, the price action, and you can see the earnings, volatility, momentum, because those are important for options trading. You can also come in and see the standard technical indicators, and then you can click in and get the news of a specific instrument. And let's see we clicked on Apple, and there we go. And that's how you can add to create your own watch list of things that you want to prioritize. Earnings calendar is really cool because it will just give you a list of the businesses, I guess the stocks that have earnings coming up soon. So that watch list is really powerful. And then that news, let me go back to Apple News. It's really cool. Many brokers do this for you, where they send you the news, but you can just quickly see if anything of interest is on the instruments that you're following. You can just pretty quickly go to My Tickers and then click in on those and see if anything's interested happen, during while the market was closed, or maybe if the market does something pretty drastically, as it does in the first couple hours of trading. This might show up and tell you why on your specific stock that you're following. All right, so there you have it, my fellow Automates. That is a deep dive into the platform features overview style of the Option Alpha automated trading application. I hope you guys and gals enjoyed that. I hope it was beneficial to y'all, and to whomever, whenever, and however this finds you. I hope that it finds you well, and I hope to see you again soon.